This is Amy from a previous life.
My previous life. Hi everyone.
Hello. So, oops.
We've decided that we should have cocktails each week. And
Yes.
so this week we're going to be making Cosmopolitans, which are quite an easy one, and most of us would have the ingredients in the drinks cabinet. Some of us. So what you need for a Cosmopolitan is vodka. Generally Citron Vodka is best, but we don't have that, so again, working with what we have. I also didn't have a martini glass, so I'm going to be using champagne flutes. Cointreau, cranberry juice, limes and an orange. That's what you need. And ice. So step one, if you don't have a shaker, I have a few shakers. If you don't have a shaker, you could do it in a drinks bottle or Tupperware, anything that you can seal shut and give it a shake. But I have a cocktail shaker. So I'm going to be making 2.
Oh, good.
But generally about 4 cubes of ice, they're all stuck in my bowl, per person. And most shakers will allow you to make 2 at once. So ice in. The ratio of vodka to Cointreau is, well, most bars, pretty much all bars across the country, have a rule that you can only have 50 mils of alcohol in a cocktail. So they're always going to be a little bit weaker than it's standard. So when at home, I don't do that, and I do it correctly. So it's a per person 50 mils, or it's 45 mils, but I do 50, of vodka. So 2 single shots of vodka, and I'm making 2, so I'm gonna do 2. That's the ice popping.
That's the name from mixologists we talked about. Do you remember what was that name?
There was another name that we.
There was when we were at the bar. We did a cocktail masterclass at one of Amy's bars, and the guy came up with this other name for a.
Yeah.
It was like a lizard or a dragon or something.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
I will remember.
Yeah.
And then Cointreau, which can be substituted for triple sec or Grand Marnier. Generally, every liqueur has a good, a better, and a best. So good is triple sec, better is Cointreau, best is Grand Marnier. If you don't have Cointreau, it's orange flavoured, so you could just put a little bit of extra vodka. It's 1 shot of Cointreau to your 2 shots of vodka. You could just use some orange essence with some extra vodka. Then cranberry juice. You need the same amount of Cointreau, so it's 1 shot of cranberry juice per person. And then limes. Now I did cut some last night, but you're going to be squeezing the limes and then also shaking with the limes. So to get the most out of your lime, cut it in half and just cut through the pith here. Just do a little incision just on the board before you cut your wedges. Then you're going to slice some wedges. So it's 2 wedges per person, generally, is the rule. I'm going to cut fresh ones because I think those are a bit dry. And the reason for cutting through that pith is when you squeeze it in, you squeeze it in first and then drop it in.
That's really good.
But it means you're getting loads of juice out of the lime first. So you don't need to go and juice your limes. That's just an unnecessary bit of washing up. You can just squeeze it in and then drop it in because you want the zest as well. You want the flavour from that. I forgot to bring a mic on that. So that's all you need to go into the shaker. If you have a shaker, make sure you give it a tap to put a seal on there. And then you're going to shake it. And you're going to keep shaking until it's so cold you can't touch it. That's the idea. That's getting pretty cold now. The idea is the more ice, the better, because the ice will help not only to chill the drink, but it's a term we use in the industry called bruising the vodka. And it will bring out loads of flavour from the vodka, so you don't get that sort of really horrible vodka-y taste that you would remember from shots on things like that. It makes it really lovely. So, ooh,
Oh, and Sally's
my
asking,
lid
can you
came
put the
off.
recipe on Facebook?
I will,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
She hasn't got a pen and paper.
So we're then gonna.
You might have guessed we were testing this last night.
We did test it.
It's really good.
Yeah.
This is one of my favourites, I think, actually, a Cosmopolitan.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you go to a cocktail bar and they're really sweet, and that's because they don't put as much alcohol in, and they top it up with cranberry juice. So it can be too sweet. You just need 25 mils. If you don't have the little measures, like I have, you can use tablespoon. A tablespoon is 15 mils. So just use 2 for one shot. Be a little bit more, but you know, who's complaining? Then we want to garnish our cocktail. So you take an orange, and with a peeler you get a nice peel of rind here.
Some of the ones in bars are really bright red, and you'll see this is a lovely pale pink. I'm just going to move these
Oh yeah,
out
you
of the
can
way.
move those out of the way.
You'll see it's a lovely pale pink, and often a Cosmopolitan in a bar is really bright because they use more cranberry juice.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would take your rind. You just need a little piece of rind, and you get a lighter. And this is where you can show off. We did have to test this last night because we were worried the smoke alarm might go off. So you would hold your rind by the drink here, get your lighter, and just squeeze it like that. And it just, all the little zesty, burnt zest goes into the drink. Like that. Then, to be really snazzy, you can get another piece of rind. And this is where, being, you know, we thought we need to tie in a sewing technique to every cocktail. So you take another piece of rind and some pinking shears, which I had in one of the bars I managed.
No, I had to get them. For
Mum got me some pinking shears. And you would trim the sides of your orange peel, give it a twist over the drink so that more zest flies out, and then you have a lovely little curly pinking sheared orange in the top of your drink.
Yay!
And that's it. That's our little Cosmopolitan. So you can try that now, Ma.
Oh wait,
Oh, you can have that one. The pinking shears is a really good idea for any garnish for anything. It just makes it look really pretty. Ooh, you get a nice little zest that's all pretty and coutured.
Couture
cocktails. So there we are.
Okay,
Cheers.
It's really nice. I had last night.